Hey everyone, my name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at some malicious compliance stories, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Team leader wants certain people to be less chatty. They stop talking altogether. A group of about 8 of us who have worked on projects for this employer before and have a reasonable amount of experience in the industry generally are put on a small project with a new team leader, who we will call Alex, not her real name. And when I say new, Alex had just graduated that year and just gotten her professional certification to be eligible for this work at all less than 2 months prior. Alex had worked on only one project before. I know because Alex was placed by me on that project so I could be a resource while she learned the ropes. A lot of people were upset. I was not, but I did understand their sentiment and did think several of them were significantly more qualified to be team leaders than Alex. I had zero desire to be a team leader. As we get to work on the project, people encounter various issues. Issues with our software or in interpreting the guidelines as they apply to this project. They tend to go to the most experienced people to ask for help with these things first. I tend not to ask for help much, as while I'm only the 3rd most experienced on the team at this point, I'm relatively tech savvy, and have had occasion to learn the software more in depth than most, and am more willing to make judgment calls without input when it comes to matters of interpretation. After a couple weeks, the most experienced people are no longer answering questions to help others, so they're coming to me. I was trying to keep my head down since I knew Alex was a sore issue for people, so I hadn't put it together yet. I get asked by Alex to come speak with the project manager, who says that I am being too chatty. And can I keep the chatter to a minimum? Alex isn't saying anything, but has a certain look in her face. I put it together, I agree and go back to work. On break, the other 2 approach me and compare notes. Same thing happened to them. We figure Alex is upset and feels that people coming to us instead of her is undermining her position. We mutually agree to remain completely non-verbal when in the workspace in the future. All communication from us will be written. Alex was happy. No one was undermining her position by helping others, but Alex was also unhappy because no one would speak to her when she wanted to chat. I don't know who explicitly told the rest of the team, but one of them asked me if it was true. I confirmed. It spread to the other teams. Our project was wrapped up and we were given a new assignment. Our team was going to be joined with another for a larger project. Alex was going to be the team leader again. Half the team expressed they did not feel comfortable working under Alex. I just stayed silent. Project manager said that was too bad, but it was her project. I then spoke up and said that I would not be available to work this project, so sorry, I will inform you when I'm available again, and walked out. The chorus of "me too" was substantially more than half the team. I was in the lobby with most of the others on the phone with another employer checking to see if they had need for 14 or so contractors when Alex came down the elevator and blamed me for losing the team leader position and told everyone if they came back, someone else would be assigned. The whole point in being a team leader is to work together, not have such a big ego that you don't want to work together. University professor insists on not being our teacher. A few years ago, I was a freshman in a small university. The usual history professor was the acting dean of arts, so the university hired a professor on a year-long, potentially renewable contract to teach the courses instead. This professor had experience teaching graduate programs, and you could tell they struggled with teaching History 101. But overall, the first semester went without a hitch. They were pretty well liked, students were enjoying themselves and doing pretty well. However, in my department, March is the crunch season. People get swamped with projects, recitals, concerts, presentations, etc. So it's not uncommon for students not to do the homework or readings. So sure enough, when March hit, one class, not a single person did the homework. No one did the reading, and we couldn't really do a class discussion. The professor was furious. I don't know what clicked in them, or they were just having a bad day, but in my time at schools, I still haven't seen such an unprofessional display. They yelled things such as, "You should all be mature enough. You're not in high school anymore," yada yada yada. But one quote stuck in everyone's mind. "I am not your teacher. I don't teach you. I guide your discussions and provide professional insight. I am not your teacher." Needless to say, the class paying $8,000 in tuition a semester was not pleased at this comment. But as the semester was ending, we bit our tongues and just waited. While the rest of the semester went by, all was fine until the class received course evaluations. For context, my university makes every class do anonymous course evaluations at the end of the semester that the university takes very seriously. As in, black envelope given to the administration, the teacher doesn't even get to look at them serious. And this is where we get to the malicious compliance. While the form has many questions regarding the class, one of them stood out to us. Number 3. How well does this professor perform as a university teacher? Well, most of us made some glances at each other while filling out this form. After all, they made it very clear they were not our teacher. All the additional written comment slots were also filled with comments explaining how they made it very clear they weren't our teacher and should not be referred to as such. Because the forms were anonymous, we never got to see or hear any reactions. But it is good to note that their contract did not get renewed the following year. $8,000 a semester though? That's insane, isn't it? Wise choice, wrong age. Okay, so I just got home from this event and I'm still shocked. So I was at my local grocery store with my mum because I had to use the bathroom and the plumbing in my neighborhood was shut down due to a broken pipe down the street. My mum was doing some last-minute Thanksgiving shopping, so I was waiting by the electronics and listening to music while looking at the movies and TV shows when one catches my eye. I'll tell you at the end because it's hilarious. I pick it up and glance at it when I get the famous ahem of a Karen right behind me. "Excuse me, employees aren't supposed to wear these." She says this as she yanks out my earbuds. Now, I am wearing a red shirt, which is what employees wear, but they have the logo on the front and back, while mine is blank on all sides. "Sorry, I don't work here, ma'am." "Yeah, right. Don't make me get your manager." She had that smug voice and her annoying child behind her. He looked around 10. "Mummy, I want that one." He was pointing at the show I was holding. "You heard him. Give it to me." She held out her hand, expecting me to hand it over. "Ma'am, this show is not for It's animated. Of course it is." "I want it." He started crying and rolling on the floor. "Just shut up and give it here, you dumb employee." At this point, a manager walks by because he wanted to check out all the noise. "Is there a problem here?" "Yes, this stupid employee is wearing headphones and making my son cry because he won't give my son the movie." "Sorry ma'am, this boy doesn't work here, and if I may ask, who got the movie first?" Her face was red with anger after hearing I wasn't an employee. "I did, but I'm not planning on buying it." "If that's the case, then could you please give it to this lady?" With a sense of malicious intent, I said okay and gave it to her. The kid instantly stopped and got all happy, and the Karen had a smug look on her face. "So, are we good here?" "Yes, we are." I later saw her walk out of the store with her kid, still holding the show. The kid was pretty entitled, but maybe he will have a change of heart after he watches a few episodes of his new collection of part 1 and 2 of JoJo. Oh yeah, if it's animated, it must be for kids, that's how it works. There's too much casual conversation? Okay, we'll fix that. I have a supervisor who does not like me, and likes it less when I get on well with coworkers. Yesterday, I was yelled at for having a short conversation with some people from a different area, but all departments work in a big open warehouse together, just in different zones. And today, during our pre-shift briefing, our supervisor said, "I want less time wasting with chat. You're not here to talk to each other, you're here to do your specific task." Okay, no problems. I went to my car, grabbed my notebook I keep in the glove box for accidents, emergencies, etc., and have been holding up little signs to communicate with others. Part of our job is to unload trucks from our loading dock. I made myself an A4 sign to hang around my neck that says, "Hi, I hope you're having a nice day. The supervisor said I'm not allowed to waste time chatting. Have a nice day." My supervisor is furious. Just after lunch, one of the drivers arrived with his own sign around his neck that says, "Hi, any new stupid rules?" Edit, supervisor lost her bottle and we're allowed to talk again. Just don't abuse it and don't waste time. Win. Wouldn't it be great if everyone in the department learnt sign language and the supervisor was just really confused about what was happening? I have to sign a new contract to get the promotional rate? Sign me up! This story is a bit dated. In 2001, I got my first cell phone from AT&T, so I could add an international calling plan to speak to my girlfriend, who was living overseas at the time, every day at a reasonable price. I got unlimited calls and texts for $40 a month, with the international plan for an extra $15 a month and a new Nokia phone. Life went on without incident until one day in 2003, I got a monthly bill from AT&T for $1,300 instead of my normal $55. I called them immediately to find out what was going on. That's when I was informed that my $55 per month deal was a special promotion associated with my contract, and now that my 2-year contract had expired, I was paying the base rate again. Notably, they'd provided me no advance notice of the change. They offered to re-sign me up from the new 2-year contract and retroactively apply it to my $1,300 bill so it would go back to $55. I was ticked, but I was forced to agree to their new contract because I couldn't pay $1,300. Once the bill was changed and paid, however, I called back up and cancelled the contract and paid the $100 early cancellation fee, therefore saving $1,150 and ridding myself of any association with those jerks. I spent the next 5 years actively lobbying all my friends and family to drop AT&T and all its affiliates for home, mobile, and TV services. Can't be happy enough with a regular paying customer unless they've signed away their soul to you via contract? F that. I feel like a lot of these companies used to do the contracts where you didn't know what was happening, so you'd sign it and you ended up paying a load. There's a charge for using my card? Okay, watch me use a loophole to get what I want. Today, or when this story is written, as you guys probably know, is Black Friday. I purchased a Nintendo DSi and I am pretty happy about it. However, it didn't come with a stylus. No matter, I thought, I can pick one up at shop number 1 as they're only 99p there. I've seen them. Also, I'll use my debit card to pay, as I've got no cash on me, and it was fine when I bought a £1.99 CD a few weeks ago. So I go up to the desk, ask for a stylus, and they say 99p. I take out my card, and the guy behind the counter says in a snooty tone, "We can't accept card payments under £10. You'll have to go somewhere else to buy something to increase your total." I know for a fact he was BSing me, because my friend used to work there, and he said that employees make more money if they sell old stock such as old games, etc. So I settle on Mortal Kombat X, as I know exactly what to do. I buy it and the stylus and go on my bike around the block and go sit on my bench for about 15 minutes. I then return to shop number 1 and say to the same snooty guy, who looked confused AF, "I've just been to shop 2 for Black Friday deals, and I've just gotten Mortal Kombat 11, so I don't need Mortal Kombat X anymore. Could I get a refund?" The employee looks at me confused, then gives me a look of, "Are you freaking kidding me?" and says, "Okay, I'll need your card, I guess." I then had the £11 from Mortal Kombat X put back onto my card. Normally, I wouldn't care, but this guy was really snooty and tried to make me spend more money than I had to, so I exposed a loophole in his place of work. You see, I like this guy's method of going around the block and waiting 15 minutes, but it would have been even better if he'd just gone, "Oh, I don't want this anymore, can I return it?" as soon as he bought it. Wow guys, look on screen right now, you see those 2 videos right there? They're pretty good. I think you should click at least one of them and watch another one.